excitement in the Parisian air. We're at the Parc des Princes here in the French capital. I'm Derek Ray, and sitting next to me with his tactics charts at the ready is Stuart Robson. And the excitement levels are high. The tension is palpable because it is the first match of the campaign. It's Paris Saint-Germain against Paris Saint-Germain.
Yeah, thanks, Derek. Well, what a season they had last year. Almost unstoppable at times.
Mbappe! And a decent save. Full credit. Mbappe. In it goes!
Dang.
But it will not stand. Offside, Stuart.
Well, it looked close, didn't it? He certainly thought so. He's making that clear to the linesman now.
Chance to attack using wit. Not a fantastic piece of defending, was it? Mbappe. Well, offside anyway, albeit a tight one.
What was offside about that?
Intense pressure. Just failing to hit the target with his pass. And it'll be a throw-in. Well, who would be a defender when the responsibility is one of trying to shackle Neymar?
Well, he's the most creative player on the field. He can run with the ball, he can get himself out of
it's developing nicely for them here. Well, hit with power and almost the right precision. Danilo Pereira. Attacking possibilities for PSG. Not to be advised giving the ball away there. Well, with tackling like that, the onus is on the referee to take action potentially. So we have an early booking here to report, Stuart.
Yeah, and I think the referee's absolutely right. He's just making it clear to all the players out there, he's not going to take any messing about here.
Well, he's given us away. Perfect challenge. Messi. Can he put them in front? And the referee has decided to award the free kick to PSG. Giving the ball away.
He got Messi also.
A chance maybe from the wide position. Now PSG moving the ball forward. What can they do from here? It will be a Paris Saint-Germain free kick. Firing it towards goal. Able to get a body in the way. Couldn't grab hold of it. Capable of so much better from that position. Messi. The ball back with PSG now. Excellent vision. It comes to absolutely nothing. No let-up in the pressing department. And he's allowed his opponent to get past him. Mbappe! And that, a piece of goalkeeping you're going to see again and again and again. It's Neymar's corner. Not really the ideal clearance. Really getting stuck in. Oh, he's through here. Good use of Mbappe! And a foul in the opinion of the referee. Now, what can they do from this free kick situation? Well, when you endanger the safety of your opponent with a challenge, you're going to be sent off. It's that simple.
Yeah, what was he thinking? That's a
Well, any goalkeeper would be disappointed if he didn't save that. Neymar playing with purpose and control. Real chance. And the keeper there to deal with it.
Trying to get this fucking point.
And there's the delivery. Able to deal with the threat. Idrissa Gueye. Not an especially strong challenge, but a good piece of tidying up. Now can they counter clinically? Well, they did have the ball, but not anymore. Not what he was intending. Bad pass. And possession given away. A room to roam on the wing. Well, he's missed the chance, and the keeper didn't have to do very much.
Oh, they missed the point. They missed one. They don't have a point. I thought they had a point and shit.
Neymar. Neymar thrives on running at defenders, but quick thinking defensively. Attacking possibilities for PSG. Spot on with that tackle. And breaking at pace with menace. Do they have the guile? And a goal! 1-0 it is. They've been pushing for the opener, and now they have it.
Fuck.
Well, let's look at this again, Derek, because the transition when the ball changes hands is so quick, and it's a great finish. He holds off the defender, keeps his composure, and finds the back of the net. It's a marvellous goal.
Well, the ball is moving once more. How important will that opening goal prove to be? And a yellow card it's going to be, Stuart.
Yeah, the ref's got that right. It's a yellow card all day long.
Oh, maybe the equaliser. Well, it might still work out for them. And a goal! The equaliser!
Let's go.
They simply refuse to be beaten. Down to 10 men, but right back in this game.
Let's go.
Well, here we can see it again. Normally I'm the first to point the finger at a goalkeeper, but I think it's a good initial save. I'm not sure he could have done much more. Just a bit unfortunate, really, that it dropped to an opponent.
And that is that for the first half here in the French capital. Excellent first half showing from Neymar in this game, Stuart.
Well, it was a vital goal and at a crucial time, you have to say. Certainly changes the complexion of the game now, but it's whether they can take the momentum into the second half, as they've struggled at times today.
Ankles, I can see, you know, the shoulders and everything like that. I can see the chest, I can see the stomach. But homie, the thighs. And at first I looked, I'm like, this ain't the back of his legs. That was my first thought, man. Look, that's my first thought. But, I mean,
Let's go, man. We over in this bitch fighting hard in there.
The teams are ready to have a go at each other again as the second half commences.
Oh. Get off me. Foul?
Now, what can Paris Saint-Germain do from this position? But nothing comes of it. Good defending it was. Messi. Messi! And a fine stop.
Oh my
So
God, I was
goal kick
supposed to
is
get that
what's
hole
coming up
out,
here.
man.
Well, you have to think they're going to take the lead at some point.
I'm gonna
They're
take the
really
lead.
looking dangerous at the moment.
Possession given away, unfortunately. Messi. Can he find the net? And a
Whoa,
goal
look at this bitch
to
ass nigga.
re-establish their advantage. Just look at the celebrations.
Well, here's the replay, and
Let's
as
go,
you can
man.
see, this is almost perfect. Lots
We
of
gonna
girth and
see.
enough pace on it. The keeper had no chance.
So PSG restart the game. Can they come up with the right answer? And now they have the ball back. Messi. Perfect challenge.
Well, those stats tell us that PSG haven't dominated the ball, but that won't bother them.
Opportunity. Just
Yes.
failing to hit the target. Good effort, though. When he saw the situation developing. Wijnaldum. And giving it away. Textbook closing down, and now they're on the attack. Bodies forward, and the break looks on. Can they keep it going? Oh, man. Oh, no.
Fuck.
Couldn't beat the goalkeeper.
Well, that was a great save. But the way they're playing at the moment, the equaliser can't be far away now.
Messi. Has a go. Couldn't grab hold of it. So PSG get ready for their set-piece routine, hoping to increase
We
their
still got
advantage.
time.
Playing it short. Well, they'll try to keep the pressure on in the form of another corner. It's Neymar's corner. Well, no damage done. Now can they counter clinically? Well, so many possibilities, but it didn't happen for them. Idrissa Gueye. Wijnaldum. Excellent challenge.
Foul, man.
The referee has decided to award the free kick to PSG. Well, no card, but I think he can consider himself suitably warned. Danilo Pereira. Messi. Well, not very clever defending. Messi. And he takes on the shot. Oh, keeper dealt with it. 20 minutes to go. Mbappe. It's there for him. And the post denied him. Wijnaldum.
Wow.
To increase.
Fuck.
It's a two-goal lead now.
Well, just look at this again. He moves the ball quickly, he gets beyond his marker, and he keeps his composure. It's an excellent finish.
So back underway at 3-1. And Messi carries it forward. What's he going to do from this position? Well, a poor attempt at it. Well, flinging himself at the ball. Played over. Oh, he's given it away inexplicably. Well, tremendous block. Well, the counter chance looks very real. Will it be sufficiently imaginative? Well, it looked highly promising, but it came to nothing in the end. A meaty but fair challenge, and it will be a throw-in. Ten minutes to go then. Well, possession seat, and having already received a yellow card, he's walking a very fine line. Well, he had a decent reading of that ball in. Gay. Lovely ball over the top. And still a chance. And the keeper hangs on at the second attempt.
Well, he's done really well, hasn't he? Great stop, and then the reaction.
Possession regained by Verratti. And the counter-attack is on. Options available. Do they have the guile to open up the defence? And there it is! All in the melting pot now. And what a finale we could have in store for us.
I need to change this whole back.
Substitution it is for PSG. On with the game then. 3-2. What will happen next? Oh, great attacking play. And a goal here! There it is! They've done it! So the current scoreline, 4-2. Mbappe. Oh, a save right out of the top drawer. Super stop. Cleared away. And the referee says that is that, and no points rather than 3. Not exactly what they had in mind, Stuart.
That was a poor result for them today, and not a great performance. They certainly need to adjust one or two things next time out if they're to get a result.
Well, just the sort of performance they were looking for from the talented Kylian Mbappe.
Well, I have to say, that was impressive. Not just his goals, but his all-round play. He was excellent.
Good use of it. Mbappe! And breaking at pace with menace. Do they have the guile to open up the defence? And a goal! 1-0 it is. They've been pushing for the opener, and now they have it.
It's all mutual respect, fighting for people. We all know where we're from, you know what we out here doing. All good, it ain't no scary.
Oh, maybe the equaliser. Well, it might still work out for them. And a goal! The equaliser! They simply refuse to be beaten. Messi. Can he find the net? And a goal to re-establish their advantage. Just look at the celebrations. And the post denied him. And a goal to increase their advantage. It's a 2-goal lead now.
All right, Chris, 55th Street. All right, fit. That's it right there. five friends, some downloads. It's all mutual respect. Five different people. We all know where we're from. You know what we out here doing. Ain't no scary motherfuckers out here. I split 100 players across 6 continents on this Minecraft Earth map and let them battle to the death in a huge world war. Each continent has structures to explore and land for teams to build up their kingdoms in the goal to be the last team standing. Which team will win? Take your guesses in the comments down below. This is 100 players simulate Earth in hardcore Minecraft. As all 100 players were released from their cages, each team had 15 minutes of grace period to roam around their continent and come up with a plan to take over the world. Everyone started off the same, punching trees and upgrading their tools to try and advance us. In a Minecraft social experiment, my team and I have created a way to simulate civilization in Minecraft like it was never done before, with 300 players. This is Atlas, a country with 7 different islands, where players will be separated into different groups on their own islands. To make them feel connected to each other, we have decided to give each team their own set of perks and disadvantages. They will also have to elect a leader to guide them, diplomatically or by force. Oh, and also, the server isn't hardcore, it means that everyone has only one life. Will civilization form, or will they all plunge into war? Ladies and gentlemen, I present to you Nations Season 2. I would like to thank our partners Wepo and Hosting for making this possible, and also all the people listed on the screen right now. If you wish to participate in future videos like this one, make sure to subscribe and join the Nations Discord. On this note, let's get started. Everything started with releasing the 300 players on their own island. They all started running in every direction to start gathering resources. For a lot of the islands, food was the biggest issue. The Waste Island is mostly dead, and has no living creatures, grass or plants on the surface, so food was really challenging to get. The other nations maybe headed for the caves, to get some armor and basic tools to defend themselves and work faster. Once they gathered all the materials needed to build a little outpost, groups of people started building camps to live in with their teams and farm food. The Swamp Nation settled near a lake, to be able to grow crops and fish for food. The Plain Nation also started working on a farm, to grow crops with some houses around it at night. The rest of the nations also went for similar outposts, jungle near an ocean, desert on top of a mountain, and snow inside a cave. People also started giving each other's roles, like farmers, miners, builders, and even leaders, but more about that later. Oh, also, I have to mention that a lot of people died due to monsters, mainly because of the fear they had, them not being ready to face them. Oh my god. Anyways, this was everything for day 1, the server shut it down, and everyone started to get ready for day 2. Day 2 started with all the teams wanting to figure out what their perks are, to be able to take advantage of them. The Plain Nation figured that they are able to mine faster and sneak, but they are weaker when it rains, which could be a huge disadvantage during a battle. Nonetheless, they were expanding their town due to their ease of gathering resources quickly. They even held a leader election. There were 2 main candidates, a player called Visrolek, who was presenting himself alone, and a player called Code, who presented himself along with his government. The entire nation voted, and Code was elected leader of Plains. On the Waste and Desert Island, teams also held election. On the Waste Island, a player called Bry was elected with the promise of achieving world peace.
With the Great Nation plan that I have, which is basically uniting all 6 nations under one, which a lot of over 30 people are in. It's coming a reality. It's becoming a reality right now.
Bry had a dream, to unite all 6 nations under the same banner, and with his people believing in him, he got elected. In my opinion, this man is trying the impossible. You guys need to understand how hard of a task it is to achieve that.
And it's really experimental. When you place players on a map, let them do as you will, they will try to gain power by killing each other.
Anyways, on the desert island, the Death Creeper was elected as leader, by being the most convincing and fitting for the job. Leadership apart, on the Swamp Island, the players realized that their perk was better movement underwater, so they took the decision to keep their starter base and expand onto it. And I have to say, they did an amazing job with building all of that, only in 2 days. On the Waste Island,
they actually find a way to resolve the food issue by eating berries and rotten flesh, because one of their perks is not getting food poisoned by eating rotten flesh. Oh, also, on the desert island, the leader decided to exile a player called Zombie Dwarf.
So Zombie, your options are either two. Give her all your diamonds and everybody in the nation, or get exiled.
You see, on nations, leaders are allowed to exile people. When someone gets exiled, they are kicked from their nation and have to live alone on the exile island until the board drops. The reason for the exile was that Zombie didn't want to share his diamond here with the rest of the team, so the leader resulted by exiling him. This wraps it up for day 2. Let's move on to day 3. Inspired by the other nations, today, Jungle, Snow and Swamp will be electing their leaders. The first one was Jungle. Multiple candidates presented themselves and held speeches.
Hello everyone. If you don't already know who I am, I'm Chilium. I've been helping around with the nation a little bit since day 1. I'm here to run for King of the Jungle.
Vote for me.
Is that it?
After the vote, Chilium, one of the candidates, won the election with more than 80% of the votes. Before we move on to other elections, something important was happening on the Waste Island. Right after Bry was elected yesterday, the team had an election for a second and third in command. The second in command, Emerald, didn't really appreciate the third in command, Yeshimaru, who was not really for the Grand Nation idea, so they decided to make them resign by force, which actually worked out.
We're actually here to talk to you. The third council position was not supposed to be allocated to you, and we want you to resign from it. Now, if you don't resign, as you can see here, we're ready to kill you.
They resigned and were eventually replaced. Jumping onto the Snow Nation, they also held an election in a similar fashion to Jungle. In the end, a player called BS Games was elected by having the most votes. And finally, on the Swamp Island, election also happened. A player called Zombie Killer was elected as the Swamp leader. At this point, every nation had their own leader, which will let them improve themselves a lot faster, because now they will have someone to guide them. Meanwhile, in the Plain Nation, things were going fast. They managed to organize themselves and move to a new location, to work on a bigger and improved city. Also, the Desert Nation built a giant statue to honor their leader, which I have to say, looks pretty amazing. By the way, there is something I still didn't tell you about. Before we release the players on the map, I have placed a ton of hidden loot in secret locations containing special loot like netherite, potions, weapons, armor and more. We also have special items hidden all over the place, like second chance totems that can be crafted out of 3 second chance pieces. This totem allows you to bring back someone from the dead. We also have another totem called the Totem of Recall that allows you to bring someone new onto the server. Oh, and the last item. You guys have already seen it. The crown that I have given to all the leaders. This crown makes them a whole lot stronger by doubling their hearts, so it's a huge advantage. I have talked about everything that happened in day 3, so let's move on. Just before we go on with day 4, let me tell you about our partners, Proverbs hosting. This event was entirely made possible because of them. Let me summarize it for you. Having 300 players on a server is not easy, and usually results in the server exploding. But with their help, we managed to do it, and with no lag at all. The server was smooth at all time, which made recording so much easier. So if you need servers, I cannot recommend better than them, because there is no better. You can use my code to get 33% off. Proverbs hosting, thank you so much. Here's day 4. Day 4 will start with a question that everyone is asking themselves. What do we do now? Well, the Waste Leader Bry has something in mind. Remember when I told you about his plan of uniting all 6 nations? He decided that now that everyone has their leader, it's time to share his master plan. He called a meeting with all the leaders in a secret place. They all came and started talking. After a while, Bry decided to speak about his plan.
I think we're all aware of my plan. I've discussed it heavily with each other, but I think it's time I give a real explanation how we all can get if you aren't fully aware of the plan. So I've been working on this for around 2 weeks now. I have created something called Grand Nation. I want every nation to come together and unite. I feel like one big thing that separates all of us is multiple things: resources, political ideas, leaders being separate. These name tags, as you can all see, they're all different colors, they're all different names, but we all share that one crown.
The leaders started giving their opinion on the proposition and saying that they liked Bry's plan and were ready to join if everything goes well in the next couple of days. Zombie Killer was against this idea. He didn't want his nation to take part of an alliance, but rather stay alone and focus on defending themselves. Only if he knew that taking this decision was a huge blunder. Bry didn't really like Zombie's choice, as it was a threat to world peace. After the meeting, Bry reached out to a friend of his on the Swamp Island, called Elku. He explained all his world peace plan to him, and how Swamp was not going to be part of it. So he asked him to go to his nation's capital and assassinate Zombie Killer and take his place as the Swamp leader. Elku, being all for Bry's Grand Nation plan, went back to his island, contacted some of his friends, and started preparing a plan for the perfect assassination. Elku and his team went inside the election room to make sure that the victim can't run away. After Zombie would enter the door, one of Elku's friends would go to the entrance and block it off. At this point, Elku will talk with Zombie and ask him if he will let go of his crown without any violence. If Zombie says no, they will attack him and take it by force. Everything was ready. Zombie entered the room and checkmate. He was trapped with them. Swamp now had a new leader. After those actions, the Swamp citizens were scared. They didn't want a murderer as their leader. Elku tried to explain why he did that, but no hope. Some people just didn't trust him. And that's how the Swamp Nation were split in half. From one side, Elku's Swamp, was the people that decided to stay with the new king. And the other side called themselves True Swamp, was the people that decided to stay loyal to the old king and not follow Elku. Nonetheless, Elku was proud, and now felt like world peace was possible. Only if he knew that that was just the beginning of the fall. Day 5 started with a bit of chaos. 2 jungle members and 1 desert member decided to leave their nation to live a peaceful life far from any civilization, but their leaders took that in another way. I'll let Donnie explain it to you.
So, at the beginning of this, I was talking to these two, and they felt pretty badly treated at Jungle, and they wanted to leave. And as soon as they decided to do so, their leader puts a hit out on every one of them for no reason. It's evil.
Yeah, we wanted revenge.
So,
we kicked out of nowhere.
Yeah, they wanted to have a peaceful life, and now they're about to get killed for it. And we can't have that. We have to strike first here.
Dolly's team was frustrated by how they got treated by their old leaders, so they decided to take revenge and act. They made their way to the jungle capital and started killing people after people. They even started chasing the jungle leader, Chiliam. Chiliam was scared and decided to flee, and called some of his allies to save him. Sadly, they were not fast enough. Chiliam was assassinated, leaving the jungle with no leader and being the second leader to die in 2 days, ruining the reputation of Bry's Grand Nations plan. Moving on, the True Swamp group decided to ally with Plain, because the leader Code stopped believing in the Grand Nation plan after Bry commissioned Elku to kill Zombie Killer. For Code, Bry is just using the world peace as a plan to rule over the world. The political relations between the 6 nations were starting to get so complex that the desert leader had to draw a map to understand it better. Guys, just look at that. I told you, world peace was not gonna be easy. Oh, also, the rest of the jungle members were left with no home and no one to guide them, so they tried to seek refuge in plains. They got denied, then went to the desert and were allowed to stay there. This day was a disaster for the Grand Nations plan. World peace has never been this far. Day 6 started with a lot of confusion, so get ready for that. The Plain Leader Code thinks that Bry is the bad guy, because he thinks that it's his fault if Zombie Killer is dead. Which is not true, because yes, he asked Elku to do it, but it was still Elku's choice. He also thinks that what happened in jungle yesterday is Bry's fault, even though it was 3 random guys that just wanted to take revenge on their nation. This is gonna cause problems. In all this confusion, he ordered the Plain army to go and destroy the Waste capital and kill everyone they saw. They went there and killed a lot of people and destroyed the entire capital with TNT, which kinda looked cool, not gonna lie. I mean, look at this awesome montage of it. Something else that is very important also happened on day 6. A new member was given a crown, and not from the 6 nations, no, an exiled member. Remember this player called Zombie Dwarf that got exiled on day